Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geek Authority and Holzheimer Distribution Show. Number 3, it's our number 3 show. And if you notice, we have Mr. Michael Shaw as our guest. I don't know what side he's on your screen, but he's on one of my sides. And welcome, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. As I hear I'm your first official guest.
Yes, you are. And you're
excited to be here.
You're one of the exciting vendors that MaryLee and most convention goers get to see once in a while. Not to mention you have a brick and mortar store, which we'll talk a little bit about.
I do. Okay.
You guys want to buy things. And by the way, look at the wall behind him. It's like Funko heaven. It's like, yes.
Yeah, just there.
Yes, because we know everybody collects
Just a
Funko.
few. How many do you have? How many do you have, Mike, behind you?
How many do I have just behind me?
Yeah. Or do you have more in the store than just that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I have 3 walls of Funko, and in addition, I have so many pops that I can't even display them all.
And he's a regular.
I probably
vendor.
have hundreds.
And he's a regular vendor at things like
WonderCon,
Gallifrey,
and of course Gallifrey, and any other local shows. There used to be a LA Comic-Con, the small one, used to be at the Shrine.
Yeah.
The little tiny one? Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, tiny one. So I used to do that one when it was around.
He had the biggest table too.
And then, so any other local shows I do.
In Southern California. It's another state, so that's why I'm
okay.
Southern California.
Yes. Oh, I see what you.
His website is Mike's Comics and Stuff, and as you can see at the conventions on both sides of me, he tends to stock quite a few items.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about what you see?
Well, in those pictures, well, it looks like it's the Doctor Who, so it must be from the Gallifrey show, which is a Doctor Who convention in Los Angeles in February, as we all know. It's President's Day weekend, and
Valentine's, I thought.
Well, Valentine's moves around, but it's always that President's Day weekend.
Ish.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then if Valentine's Day happens.
Yeah, I would promote the Valentine's end because that's easier to remember. When's Gallifrey? Valentine's Day. So, anyway, but so, this is your table. That's your table.
And back in the day when there was lots of Doctor Who stuff, there's not as much Doctor Who product coming out now as there used to be in the heyday, but it's still a really great show to go to and talk to other fans who are into Doctor Who. And
okay, we're gonna get back to that. The reason I want to jump ahead real quick is you wanted to
have a good time. So
you want to do a little walkthrough?
Okay, well, I can give it a shot, a quick shot, just to give people an idea of what's in the store.
Where's your store, by the way? So this is your store.
Oh, it's in the city of Orange. It's at 540 West Catella Avenue in the city of Orange. And I should warn people, I'm only open usually just Saturdays, so one day a week. I'm mostly an online seller, so I don't quite have enough business to keep it open every day of the week. But Saturdays you can usually find me here as long as I don't have some family stuff going on. So I think we've already mentioned the one of the walls of pop figures. Speaking of Doctor Who, I don't know if you can see. Let's see where this is looking at. There's some good Doctor Who pop figures right there. 13th Doctor.
And the Dalek.
Your wall.
Go slow.
Of Disney, Simpsons.
Okay, I'll take that one and that.
We'll go over here. I'm trying not to make everyone vertigo and go too fast, but here are some Doctor Who items that we have.
Very cool. Now, a lot of these go to your conventions too when you do them, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I pack up a lot of these items and take them with me, depending on the type
Sonic
of show.
Screwdrivers, yeah.
There's good old Sonic screwdriver.
Is that Amigo Matt Smith in there?
Yeah, it's a retro type of looking figure. Not exactly Amigo, but definitely.
Well, the Dr. Migo new line, I guess.
Yeah, Migo-ish type of figure.
Do you have all those characters or just him?
Right now, they were supposed to do them in those other characters, but they the line got canceled before they did more than. There's a First Doctor, a Matt Smith, and I think they did release a Tom Baker and a few of the Alien, bad guys.
What
But
about
then
mine? What about mine?
to
Number
finish.
5.
No,
Peter
no,
Davison.
5. Then
Bummer.
over here, let me walk you through. This is my little. It's a line of toys called LDD, Living Dead Dolls,
Oh wow.
and they're kind
I'm
of
scared.
creepyish from Mezco. And I'll just, like I said, I don't want to take up too much time, but go through some other items. We have a lot of the Mezco. I'm a big fan of Mezco items. Here's the Funkoverse games. I
Awesome
believe
game.
you've played some of those, haven't you, Lorenzo?
Oh, Funkoverse is awesome. There's a
Yeah.
whole series coming out. We love them. Oh my God, there's it. Or what's his name?
Pennywise. There's some.
Oh wow.
And then I mentioned Mezco, and people are in the know. I know Mezco 112 collective figures all along the wall behind the counter. Those are kind of a little higher end action figures.
Oh, wow.
Are in those boxes there.
Ooh, Green Lantern.
And let's see here. And over here, I have the Funko mystery minis. A whole line of those.
Wow. What are some of the series? I
along
can't
the-
read the names.
Oh, they have everything from Stranger Things, Avengers, Fantastic Four, various DC ones, Universal Monsters, Fallout,
Marvel? Any Marvel?
Walking Dead. So the typical Funko, they're the blind boxes that you love.
Yeah.
Lorenzo.
I know. Just for the audience's benefit, there's this thing called blind boxes, and they put, there's 12 items in the series or whatever, and they put them in packets, and you have no idea which one you get. I never liked that idea. He sometimes opens them up at the convention though, and you can like, okay, I'll take that one and that one and that one. So you know what you're getting. What's that? Pulp Fiction.
What?
Terminator.
These are lines called reaction figures. They're from a company called Super 7. So they're not very. I mean, they're basically retro looking.
They're tiny, right?
Bishop from Aliens. Of course, have him cut in half there.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a 3 3/4 inch figures. Not, you don't get a lot of articulation in them, but they're kind of have that good retro feel.
Cool.
And then I have a whole wall. I'm proud of this one. I have a whole area for I'm not sure what you can say, Marvel Legends.
Ooh.
Nice.
Let me do a shot of I don't know how well that comes in, but basically a whole wall of different Marvel Legends figures from, different Deadpool figures and Fantastic Four and X-Men and
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Avengers, of course. And so
And
that's
you do all
probably
credit
my most
cards?
popular. What's that?
You do all credit cards, PayPal, and all that?
Oh, yeah, credit cards, PayPal, and of course cash.
Cash, what's
Always
that?
love cash. Always love cash.
What's
And I
cash?
do a lot of the Star Wars. It's this line called Star Wars Black.
Black series.
You might have heard of those. So I have a whole wall of.
But do you have the child?
Oh yes, I do. I was actually at the front counter. He's actually very tiny, so he's actually kept up at the front counter because you could easily walk out. He's the size of a quarter, pretty much.
Really?
Another
So you have
wall.
to watch- You have to watch my first, the Geek Authority's Mysterious Chamber of Collectibles, because I featured the little Black Series Baby Yoda.
Oh.
So
as well.
he's tiny.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last row of or aisle of figures I have are basically all the statues, DC Gallery or Marvel Gallery statues.
Wow. How big are they?
I mean, they're usually about 6 to 8 inches, and they're pretty reasonably priced. I mean, they range from $40 to $60. So they're not a high end like sideshow collectibles figures.
But those articulate, right?
Yeah, no, these are just statues, dioramas.
Okay.
And then I have a line of other DC statues. There's a whole line of Batman black and white figures.
Oh, black and white, huh?
Harley Quinn is of course really popular.
Very nice.
And then pretty much just a couple more things. Line of figures called they're Q figures.
Mhm.
They're kind of popish And I'm not showing anything. Here we go.
There you go. Wait, I recognize that Ahura one.
Where? Oh, yeah.
And then I'm what the one area I'm starting to get into. I don't know too much about are the it's kind of I have a little anime section growing. My Hero Academia, you know, what's that? Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Very popular.
Starting to get those. Like, I know those items are really popular. To be honest, I don't know. I'm kind of learning myself about those particular items. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
walk back. So that's kind of a view of the store.
Very nice.
Big of a store. It's mostly storage space. In the back is my big warehouse where I store all of my product back area. So the front section only takes about maybe 800 square feet, and in the back there's a few thousand square feet of racks and mess basically at the moment. But
Every dealer's dream, mess in
yes,
the back.
that's how it usually works. So just recently finished moving all my stuff here. I had a different storage locations, and now everything's at one spot. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
Now you
so it's
can
nice
find
to have
it.
everything in one spot.
Yeah. Is there anything you really like selling or collecting that, you didn't get
No,
to
I mean,
feature?
no, I mean, Marvel Legends has always been, my favorite line personally. So
Mhm.
it's definitely probably my most popular line that I sell. But no, I mean, nothing in particular. I have, no, not really.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. I mean, it's no secret I love my original Star Trek stuff.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
But
But do you actually sell that stuff, or you actually have that in your own collection?
both. That's
Both.
where
Okay.
I started. In 75, I was working for another vendor and, we got stuff that way, So
Wow.
there's still some of that stuff that hasn't sold that I'm like, I need to sell this. There's always that one thing you're like, oh, look at you.
And I see Lorenzo has dug deep into the archives and found some other pictures of me and my. That's actually, just so people know, that's actually not my wife. That's my good friend Nicole at conventions, WonderCon and at the Gallifrey show. She's a regular. What's that called? I don't know. Regular
Assistant.
for me at the Gallifrey show. So
Yeah, she's your assistant. And she knows the material, guys. She knows her.
yes,
her
she does. Yep.
She does. She allows Michael to go on lunch breaks.
Yes, very important. Because if I don't get my lunch break, as you know, it does well.
The afternoon's grim.
Yes.
Okay, so we saw your store. It looks awesome, and I think I'll take one of everything eventually. But tell us about the conventions. How did you get into going to conventions and being a dealer, and how easy was it in the beginning as opposed to now?
Okay. Wow. Let's see. How did it start? No, I mean, I've always was interested in selling things. I've always, I started on eBay and Amazon, like I think most dealers. And just from there, I've always gone to conventions. My first Comic-Con San Diego was in 1979.
Wow.
So I've been going every year since then, as a not as a dealer, but of course it's just, I started going when I was about 10 years old. So I've always just loved conventions. A dream of mine was always, have a table at a convention. So it was
What was
something.
your first?
The first one I set up at, you mean, as a vendor?
Yeah.
Probably the I think it's called the LA Comic Book and Science Fiction Convention. It was at the Shrine. We'd have it 3-4 times a year. By the time I started doing it, I think it was about 3 times a year, 4 times a year. And I guess I think we used to have it monthly back in the 90s. It was a really big deal.
Yeah.
Have you sold there, MaryLee? No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, with my adopted brother Chris. We'd be across from the men's room.
Yeah, they usually had a couple celebrity guests, not a big draw, but they've
He
had
used to have some big guests, but not lately.
yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of faded, but so no, to actually get a dealer going there, it was pretty easy. I mean, you just have to send in the money before the date, and he would have a table for you. So I can't say it was that difficult or anything. I mean, a lot of people I think set up there. You know, it was a small show, so you could set up and just sell your personal collection. Would be
Right.
pretty easy to do. You just had to
So
fork out.
how
You know.
did you specialize with Gallifrey with Doctor Who? Because you have always been my go-to Doctor Who guy in terms of.
Yeah, no, it just kind of fell. This the timing of us, right? I used to do I did a show. I think it was a creation show in Burbank. Yeah, right. I think it must have been about 15 years ago.
Be nice, MaryLee.
Well, the reason why I did that is because they had the Doctor Who official colors as gold and blue. And they couldn't understand why they didn't sell any of their glassware.
Oh.
They couldn't even give it away at the end. So.
That one. So I know, and I was just talking to some other vendors there, and they mentioned if I had heard of this Doctor Who, because at that time I had a few Doctor Who items, and they mentioned the Gallifrey show, and if I'd ever heard of it, and it was just the timing of it. At that time, I think I got lucky. They had an opening for dealers. I think now it's near impossible to get a table there. So this was about 10 years ago, I would say. Has it been that long? Yeah, I think it's probably been almost 10 years.
Yeah, 10 or
I've known you for about 10 years,
Yeah.
would you say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By know you, for people who are watching first time and never been to a convention, they're vendors and they have tables, various sides of the rooms. Gallifrey, they're like on opposite sides and.
Well, when Mike started, we were like almost across from each other, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I started literally with just one table, and I had a little display behind me, and just from there, it's grown into 4 or 5 tables.
Right there.
When I first started there, even I was laughing. The first year, I don't know if you noticed it too, MaryLee, but the first year I did it, it wasn't that busy. I mean, I had time to kind of walk around and use the restroom, but I think that was right when David Tennant was really just starting.
Yes.
To off, and I think the next year I did a show.
2006.
And I was just,
I don't think any of us got to leave our tables next year. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just all the and then.
Would you say that's your favorite convention of the ones?
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've seen people there, every year, familiar faces. It's good to see the same people. Lorenzo, for example. Yes. You're a perfect example. Lorenzo, Michael, the same customers you see year to year. I don't want to say family is probably too strong of a word, but some friends that you've developed over the years and have talked to every year.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you have like items that currently that you consider your favorite, either because they're hot sellers or personal favorites, or things that you might want to do a little show and tell?
Trying to think what would be here in the store that I could show you real quick. Not too much. Did you want me to?
What's like the hottest seller right now?
I mentioned the child, the little child Star Wars black figure. You have the plush. I just got in a bigger 10-inch Star Wars the child Funko Pop figure. I think right now he's probably the Mandalorian, the actual Mandalorian action figure. There's actually a heavy infantry Mandalorian action figure. The whole
the Black Series, the diecast metal
series, Black Series, Cara Dune, as well, action figure. She's pretty popular right now as well.
Wow, very cool. You know her name. I'm like the girl who likes the child. The child likes the girl. Okay. Any other questions from you, MaryLee?
No, I think I'm good.
I got a one quick one. Do you have any advice for collectors who come to conventions? Because MaryLee's talked about sometimes conventioners can be a little challenging, shall we say. Any advice to collectors looking for something, or when they come to you and you don't have it, or they sold out? I mean, how do you deal with collectors in general?
For me, I mean, when back with selling out, I mean, I can always refer them to my website. I'll say, oh, I sold out of it, but here, here's my website. Go here. I have it in stock. Order it. I'll ship it on Monday or Tuesday.
You do a lot of that?
Good backup to have. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, the advice you always hear is, and I think it is good advice, is to walk around, look at other tables, because I always feel that I'm confident, I kind of have better prices, and you're looking for a better deal. You'll come back to me in the end. I'm pretty confident of that. But I would get people to look around, shop around. I'll be here all weekend, that type of saying.
Here's one of our favorite questions to ask. Have you had either a very funny moment with a collector or a memorable moment, not necessarily funny, with a collector in your years?
Not really. I mean, I always get excited. The fanboy of me. Sometimes at Gallifrey, you have some of the stars come by, or people ask me.
Nothing from the collectors. Nothing from the
people. What's that?
Nothing from the collectors. Nothing from the fans. Like an experience?
No, I'm trying. Is it something you did to me or something, Lorenzo?
No, I just want to say. Okay, then let's switch the coin. What celebrities did you become a fanboy, and what happened?
Oh. See, now I'm going to draw a blank. I already went, but I've done a show. One of the Shrine show, actually, the gentleman who played the Master in the TV.
Eric Roberts.
Yeah, I think he was there, and he came by, and you have some nice stuff here. And I was like, oh wow, thank you. It seemed like it was nice. And then oh my gosh, I'm gonna draw a blank on who's been in my booth and who's come by, but it's always a little bit exciting, knowing the one of the Gallifreys wasn't one of the a Star Trek person came by my booth.
Michelle Walter.
No, wasn't Michelle. Wasn't Walter. Actually, Walter, I think I remember seeing him at some show. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I'm just all blank. I won't even try to remember. But it's a little bit of a tingle. Like I've had, I think even people who I consider celebrities, but you may not, like a Marv Wolfman. I think he's done the Gallifrey.
Yeah, he's walked around.
Yeah, he's walked around. So for me, that's a thrill to have Marv Wolfman come by my booth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had any of the Marvel or DC people?
You mean in terms of the
celebrities
or actors?
Anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Rob Liefeld has been at a few shows where I've sold stuff at. He's actually, I believe he lives in Orange County, so he's the creator of Deadpool. For people who don't know who that is.
What's going on here?
Oh, and of course, yes, Michael and Lorenzo at my booth there, possibly.
No, that's Comic-Con.
That's Comic-Con. Okay.
We caught you on the floor at Comic-Con.
Yes.
Lanyard.
Oh yeah, of course, the lanyard. Yes.
And there he is. This is WonderCon.
WonderCon. Okay.
Okay. And for anybody who wants to know, look what I got for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's my P.O. box. Yes. So Mike's Comic stuff. If you look me up online, though, look up Mike's Toys and stuff. I was going to originally sell comics, but it's a whole mess of worms getting into the whole comic.
It's very specialized nowadays.
Yeah, really specialized, and you really have but toys. So Mike's Toys and stuff is who you would search for me as under.
Okay. We'll put the link. Yeah, we'll put the link below.
Yeah, but they both work.
What's that?
He said they both work.
Oh, they both work. Okay.
Yeah, but we'll make sure to put it below.
He looks like he froze a little.
I know. There he is.
There he is.
Okay.
He's back.
Jeez, sorry about that.
No
Okay.
problem. So, in closing, anything you want to tell your audience? This has been fun for us.
Yeah. Thank
Well,
you
I hope so. No, I hope I brought something interesting to the people out there. I don't know if I feel like, did I answer everything, or did I?
Absolutely.
I think
I feel like I got off easy. I don't know.
Well, it's not supposed to be scary. You're just supposed to share your love of what you have in your store and
well, thank you very much. Thank you.
spend some time with us.
Yeah.
No,
and
just,
if you have friends or fellow vendors you think might want to come visit us too, let them know. We'll happy to have them. It helps promote you. It helps us get the word out to
Okay.
conventions. We're doing this series
Okay.
basically to tell people about conventions, and you guys are a big part of it because 90% of everybody who goes to them buys stuff. So, or wherever you are, I'm probably pointing in the wrong side.
Or at least walks around and looks at everybody's stuff. So, I don't want it just to be me, talking about some of my interesting people. So, I'm glad.
Okay. Well, thank you, Michael
Okay.
Shaw, for being here. What is it? Mike's Comics and
Oh,
Stuff?
Mike's Toys and Stuff.
Toys and Stuff. Mike's Toys and
Toys
Stuff.
and Stuff. Yeah.
He has a big online presence. If you go to conventions, you're probably going to run into him and MaryLee. Come up, say hi. I don't know. Do you have a mailing list or anything like that?
I do not know. No.
Okay. Something you might want to do.
Okay.
Are you on Facebook or Instagram?
Oh, yes. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, Mike's Toys and Stuff, and on both Facebook and Instagram
Cool.
as well. Yes.
Yeah, we'll try and put all that in the information.
In the
below.
information. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Sure. And just share it. All we ask is that you share it and like it,
Share it.
and all that stuff. And again, this is Lorenzo Marchessi for the Geek Authority. And
MaryLee Holzheimer for Holzheimer's Distribution. And thanks to our special guest, Mike Shaw.
Michael Shaw from Mike's Toys and Stuff. Thank you very much. for having me.
Absolutely. So remember, share this, like it, look down. If you've got any comments or questions, that's what we would need to do. We do other shows. MaryLee and I have this show, and then I've started a collectible show called, what is it? The Geek Authority's Mysterious Chamber of Collectibles. And then there's a new show premiering on Tuesday. It's called Unboxing. So check out that. Otherwise, thanks again, Michael. Thanks, MaryLee. This was fun. And I guess we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks.